Welcome everybody, Roy here from Yago Yoga. So here we are on day 11 of the 30-day breath awareness challenge. So again, how did you get on yesterday? Yesterday we were looking at putting the quality of spaciousness in the lower lungs and the flow in the middle lungs and the rib cage and the peaceful completion in the upper lungs. We were putting those together. How did you get on with that? Did you get that nice sense of breathing your inner channel, breathing the space and then just flowing in that space in a peaceful completion? Okay, I hope you did. Again, if you have any questions on it, you're not sure, put some comments in down below and we'll tease it out with you. And it's a very nice way of balancing out our breathing and undoing any unconscious habits or bad habits that we might have found ourselves in without actually trying to do a technique. You're just opening up to the space that's already there. And again, that's breath awareness itself. So again, if you're a belly breather, you're just breathing slightly less in your belly, but allowing more of your rib cage and upper chest to be part of your breath. If you're an upper chest breather, again, breathing a little less and allowing your lower lungs and abdominals to be a part of your breathing a bit more. And it's a very nice way of balancing it all out without layering in technique, because we're not practicing technique, we're opening up to the qualities of the breath that are already there. So today's challenge, what are we going to do? Today's challenge is a very sweet one. And I mentioned yesterday that we're going to shift from breath awareness to energetic practice. So from breath awareness, we're going to shift into the pranic element of it, the tapping into the energy within the breath. So we're activating the channel within, okay? And then as we move more into that, you'll start to recognize the movement of energy. But we do a transition. And this practice is a transition today. And it's really very simple. I want you to glide in your breath. Okay? Now what do I mean by that? I'll give you a very simple example. Think about a bird flying over the ocean. A couple of thousand miles. Bird can't flap its wings all the time. It'll be exhausted. So what the bird does is that the bird flies high, and when it flies high, what it looks for is a current of air. And then it glides. Keeps its wings open and it just glides and it surfs that current of air. Okay, and then if that current of air switches, it changes, it looks for another current of air and it glides. So the bird essentially glides across the ocean for the most part. So now, imagine taking that quality and experiencing it in your breath. So you're breathing your channel, you get the beautiful spaciousness, now it's flowing spaciousness, and now there's a peaceful completion. Now, while you're breathing, the breathing is the mechanical aspect of your breath, but there's an energetic aspect of your breath. So when you begin to get that sense of gliding, is very much you're going to start to catch the currents of energy, the sensations of energy within the breath. It's like catching the current of air, is then you're just surfing the energy of it. Okay, now bear with me as we go through this, and you get it more, yeah. But let's describe what is it like to glide in the breath. I want you to meet the tone of your lungs. Okay, as we described previously, you're breathing the tone of your lungs. You get this beautiful expansion and contraction, and it's moving in a wave motion, and you're moving in that wave motion with your breath, very simply. And then there's the navel, the rib cage, the upper chest. So you're opening up the awareness and the space of your lungs, and you're finding that spaciousness. Well, then let where your breath and the muscles of your lungs meet that tone, and then soften into it. So meet the tone of your breath and then soften into it. So you feel that beautiful spaciousness, and then just let yourself glide in it. It's not flowing, it's gliding. It's a lighter touch, but you're meeting the tone of your lungs. And then you're gliding through the flow, so the current just takes you. There's a beautiful effortlessness that comes to it. And as you meet the peaceful completion, you're gliding into the pause. And then as you come out of the pause, you're gliding effortlessly into the next breath, into the spaciousness. And that's really why we're doing the gliding, is that you're in the flow, you're meeting the tone, you're in the space. Now I want you to just soften into it a little bit and glide into space. What will happen is that you'll notice your breath elongates out a little bit more, but there will be an effortlessness to it. Your body is just naturally responding to what feels right in it. It's a beautiful experience. And in that, you're drawing more breath in, but you're also drawing more energy in. And you're just catching those currents. So this is us setting up the energetic practice of the breath awareness. Okay? So gliding is just, I want you to meet the tone of your lungs and then just let yourself glide, that sense of softening into the tone of this spaciousness, the tone of the flow, and then meet that peaceful completion and glide. Glide into the pause, glide out of the pause into the next breath. Okay? And have fun with it. Have fun with it. And remember, micro practices is 10 times a day is good, 20 times a day is great, 30 times a day is amazing. Just keep opening up that pathway. And part of the motivation is, as I said to you before, but why would you want to do this? Why would you want to do this challenge? Is think about tapping into that beautiful gliding sensation. And that was one of the things that you felt as you just breathed your body. As you just breathed your mind and your thoughts. You got that beautiful sense of gliding in them. How much effort does it take to have a thought if you're gliding in it? How much effort does it take to move in your body if you're gliding in it? And equally in your breath, tapping into the energetics. So as a quality to be able to hold in oneself and to channel, it's amazing. It really is powerful. So there's a high value in the practice. But again, it has its challenge. So again, find out a little bit of softness in the breath and just glide into it. And if you like this video, please subscribe and help us build our community. If you're not sure, if you've got any questions or you've got an experience you want to talk about or give us feedback, put it down in the comments. We'd love to engage with you. If you want notifications, click the bell. And yes, if you do the whole 30 days, just give me an email and we'll do one-to-one, have a chat. And we'll talk through your experience. But for now, have a great day. Thank you.